Peace, family. It's Nina. Thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time, thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you subscribe because we are healing trauma and maximizing our fullest potential. So, this is the true beginning of our healing program. From now on, I will be sharing only healing methods that I have studied, that I have practiced, and that I have made progress with in healing trauma. And also, I want to make sure I am as inclusive as possible because this is not just about women. This is not just about men. This is not just about heterosexuals. This is not just about relationships. Because I know instances of trauma and abuse are so diverse and so common, but we really just don't talk about it much. It's more common than we really admit. And we'll get into why that is the case in this video. But I don't want anybody to feel left out or think they can't benefit from this information because everyone has trauma. Everyone has been abused. And trauma is not just horrifying, violent experiences. Having your needs not met at any stage of life, but specifically and especially as an infant or a child, is traumatizing. So, what are our basic needs? We have physiological, and that is, food, water, shelter, protection from the elements, sleep, a home, basically. Also, safety. We have our safety needs, which is, we need to be secured. We need to know that if we cry as a baby, or if we express that something is bothering us as a child, we need to know that we will be protected and relieved. And also, love and belonging. We absolutely need love as spiritual beings having this human experience. Love is absolutely a basic human need. And being deprived of any of these during childhood is definitely traumatizing. Did you have skin to skin contact as a baby? Did your parents soothe you when you were crying? Were you even allowed to cry? Did you get in trouble for crying and letting your parents know when something was not comfortable? Was your home chaotic? Even if nobody ever beat you, you can still absolutely have abusive and traumatizing experiences. So, having these needs go unmet as a child or as an infant is traumatizing, and we often carry that into adulthood without even realizing it. So, today we are going to talk about the root of trauma. Because in our Western society, we tend to be more concerned with the symptoms of our illnesses and issues rather than the root. There is a root cause of depression. There is a root cause of high blood pressure, cholesterol. All these things have root causes, but instead of finding that root and changing it, we tend to mask the symptoms with medications and band-aids, but the problem is still there. And honestly, for almost all of our mental and physical illnesses and issues, the root cause is actually in the mind. So, for my situation, and when I talk about my situation, I am not trying to make this about me. I am just simply trying to show y'all my perspective and my experience. So maybe some of y'all can relate. And for those of you who don't relate, y'all can at least see where I'm coming from. And if what I'm doing doesn't work for you or your situation, then please reach out to me because I am positive that there is somebody else who feels the exact same way you do. And we can work together to make sure that those who relate to you are also represented and, can get the best benefit. So, thank you so much for your feedback. But, like I was saying, for my situation, I was raised in an abusive home. Some of my earliest memories are of seeing my mother get beat by my father. And it was pretty common. It was, common in my own home, but it was also common in my community. where I grew up, I seen a lot of women going through the same things with, bruises and black eyes, and I heard the fighting and all of that. So by the time I grew up and started dating, that domestic violence was normal to me. And I know that that in particular is very relatable. Like I said, it is very common, but we don't talk about it much because it's so normal to us that we truly believe everyone is going through it, or at least know something about it, or we have been trained to not talk about it. And that has also been very normalized for us. And I say normal like this because it is absolutely not normal. This is very, very wrong, but there is something going on deep inside that makes us comfortable with abnormal behavior. We don't consciously say, I believe this is normal. We don't consciously say that, but deep down in our subconscious mind, it is saying, I have seen this enough times that I'm no longer startled and I accept this as normal. And it comes to us like a feeling, like we just were comfortable. And that's the problem with the subconscious mind, is we don't know what's in there. We don't know what other unconscious beliefs we have that are controlling us, controlling how we move, what we think, and how we feel, and what we attract. And the thing is that our mind is so vast and so expansive. It can hold so much information. It's like 2.5 petabytes of information, which is equivalent to 2.5 million gigabytes of information that we can hold in our brain. And I hope, that we all kind of got a good idea of what a gigabyte is. I'm not like into tech like that. So, but I know, my phone has, anywhere from 16, 32, 128 gigabytes. And my phone holds a lot of information, more than I feel like I can remember. But it's because the subconscious mind is actually in control 95% of the time. You are only consciously choosing what you think, what you feel, what you do 5% of the time. The other 95% is completely automatic, ran by the subconscious mind. You have so many beliefs and ideas and thoughts in that subconscious mind that you didn't choose, that you don't want, yet you don't even know that they're there. So, how do you communicate with the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind does not understand language. You can't just talk to it. It doesn't understand past or present. It doesn't understand a truth or a lie. You communicate with the subconscious mind in three ways, and that is trauma, repetition, and symbols. Beliefs are not facts. Beliefs are simply either you're traumatized or it's been repeated enough times that it has been accepted by your subconscious mind. Once a belief is repeated enough to get accepted by your subconscious mind goes to work attracting you to situations and attracting things into your life that align with your beliefs, because that's what it's going to go off of. Again, it doesn't have to be a fact, it just has to be accepted. And your subconscious mind is going to make sure you live your life by that. So, once we expose these sort of beliefs that are detrimental, that are self limiting, that are not beneficial to us, it's easy to replace them because we realize that they're invalid. So, once we are able to bring them to the forefront, we are able to then correct them. If you change your beliefs, you will change your life. And that's an absolute fact. Change your beliefs, change your life, you will change the whole world. If you want to save the world, you have to save yourself. That's the only way that you can save the world. You've got to save yourself. So, If you are ready to uncover and change these beliefs and thereby your whole frequency, understand it is not going to be sweet. It's not going to be all sunshine and flowers and white candles and meditating. No, if you want to be reborn, you have to put in real work. You have to go through labor. You have to. And it's not, no, oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard. I'm going to be crying. I'm going to lose my mind. You're going to go through moments. But it's not going to be all of that, and it's going to be so so very worth it. If you really want to put in this work, you are going to have to spend time with yourself. And I don't just mean, oh, self love, Netflix binge. No, I mean all the way with yourself. No TV, no phone, just undivided attention on the real you. So, in this situation, when you want to uncover beliefs, I'm going to give you a example, a situation that you can do, that you can practice, that will help you uncover these beliefs and release a lot of trauma. You can release trauma in just doing this, just acknowledging it. Because a monster can't hide from you once you see it. Once you see the monster, it can't hide from you no more. It don't have no more power when it don't have that mystery to it. All right, so this is what we're going to do. When you are ready to uncover these beliefs, think about the situation, whatever it is that you want to, heal. And because this is, again, not just for this violent, abusive trauma, you have self limiting beliefs for money, you have self limiting beliefs for your self esteem, for relationships, all this kind of stuff. So you can go through every category, every area of your life and uncover your beliefs and rewrite them. So specifically with this, and releasing trauma, releasing abuse, but again, it can be applied to all of those. But what you're going to do is, have some time where you can be, alone, quiet, you know what I mean? It can be, at night, it can be, on a Sunday when you don't got work, or, whenever you can just be alone and really give yourself your full attention. You're going to intentionally know, I want to uncover some detrimental beliefs, some harmful beliefs. So, whatever the situation is, you're going to just think about it. Just allow yourself to think about it, because you have probably intentionally avoided this for a long time. Most of us do that, where whenever a thought comes to our mind about something that has hurt us, we put it out of our mind. We don't want to think about that. If we do let ourselves think about it, it's going to ruin our whole day. So allow yourself to think about it without judgment, without bad expectations. Whatever the situation is, just let yourself think about it, and try to think about the first time that you have experienced this. And a lot of memories are more than likely going to come up, and just let them and experience them fully. But try to think about the first time, and in doing so, like I said, more memories will be coming up. But if you can remember the first time, really try to understand that moment, really try to understand that situation, and see if you can see how it has shaped you. See if you can see what it has made you feel or believe about them sort of situations, and just experience it fully. And this may be painful. You may have attempted to forget this stuff. You may remember things that you did force yourself to forget, but don't fight it. Don't be afraid of anything. Don't think that any of it's going to be too much for you, because it absolutely is not. You can handle this. Experience every memory as thoroughly as possible. Let whatever feelings come up, and let them flow through you. Anger, fear, sadness. If you don't feel anything for these memories, then that's absolutely fine as well. Just remember everything you can, all the details you can about every experience you've had with this situation. And you may see a pattern. You may see a cycle. You may intuitively uncover the detrimental belief that has been present throughout these situations. You might just cry your eyes out, and that will be a release. You might feel absolutely nothing, or you might feel a huge release afterwards. But either way, you are putting in work and you are releasing trauma just simply by doing this. If you don't have an understanding immediately, it will be coming to you soon. And it might come to you randomly while you're folding clothes, while you drive in, or you might just know instantly. But again, it's gonna come. The understanding, the clarity, it's going to come. And don't go into this, like I said, with negative expectations or dread, like, I don't want to do this, I'm gonna have to cry, or I'm gonna have to relive these moments, I don't want to be in a bad mood. Don't expect or consider anything like that, because that's not what this is at all. No one is forcing you, and no one is compensating you to heal yourself. If you really want this, if you really want to heal and grow past this trauma, you have to go into it with compassion for yourself. You have to be on your team. You have to be on your side. You got to be your motivator and your protector. And you also have to have what? Gratitude. I'm gonna keep telling y'all about that gratitude. Go into it with the feeling of gratitude that you are able to go inside of yourself and change and heal things that have been taking place for generations. Because it's not unlikely that you're the not the first person in your family to go through this. But if you put in this work, you will be the last. Okay? So put in this work. You have to be open enough to participate actively without interfering. But you can't get through to the subconscious mind with that logical, linear thinking. Trauma, repetition, and symbols. That's the language of the subconscious mind. And emotions are symbols. Emotions are energy. It's energy in motion. That's vibration. So when you are able to pair an emotion, an intense emotion, to a thought, an image, a visualization of fear, if you're able to, pair a strong emotion with any of these things, the subconscious mind is going to accept it because that's its language. All right. So put in this work, dig deep, journal while you're doing this, whatever comes up, write it down. Just think about it. Like, for real, use your thinking cap. All right. Just let it flow. Just really try to understand and love yourself. Okay. Now, along with this work, I do also recommend that you look into Dr. Bruce Lipton. If you haven't already heard of him, Biology of Belief is one of his books, and it talks about the science about and the evidence about how our beliefs truly transform our bodies and our DNA. And but he also has a lot of great lectures on YouTube. You don't have to get the book, you don't have to wait in order and all that stuff. He talks about it all on YouTube. So definitely look him up. Like I said, Dr. Bruce Lipton. um Really, really great information about, how our beliefs control our reality. And he's got the evidence of it, because I don't want y'all to just go off of my word. I want y'all to learn and study this for yourself, and I want you to know the science and the facts, and that way you can share this information one day. Also, he works very close with Dr. Well, I don't know if he's a doctor. He works very close with Joe Dispenza. And he is also a really great teacher when it comes to healing, and, healing with the mind, with the power of the mind. Because the first of the seven universal laws is the mind is all, the universe is mental. That's number one. The mind is all, the universe is mental. So both of these teachers will teach you a lot about how you genuinely control your life and genuinely create your reality with your own mind. And again, I'm mentioning these two because they talk a lot about the science. It's not going to be all, foofy stuff. Like they're talking about the actual evidence-based science. For those of you who, need that extra proof, so you know that this isn't just another band-aid, that this isn't just some trendy practice. So definitely look into them. You will get a good understanding from their lectures. Like I said, they got stuff on YouTube, they got stuff on Gaia. So definitely check them out. But if there is anything you don't understand, or if there is any kind of help that you need, please email me. We see you win at gmail.com, and we will absolutely address it. Y'all know I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that everybody is healing, everybody is safe and secure and happy. So my next video is going to be about some of the daily stuff we can do, some of the cute, foofy stuff, not the super intense, real deep digging stuff, but, just some of the basic things we can do on a daily basis to keep us on track, to keep us focused, and to keep us grounded in this path of healing. So I look very much forward to that, and I appreciate y'all so much for wanting to win, and I want to see you win. All right. So, thank you guys so very much. I don't know what that was.